Hello viewers, and welcome to another video with Horror Daily Movies. In this video, the review will be about one of 2018's most successful films, sci-fi action thriller, A Quiet Place. Before the video starts, do take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to never miss out on a new video. The film stars Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild Award winner Emily Blunt, playing the role of Evelyn Abbott, a mother of four living in an isolated farmhouse with her husband, Lee Abbott, an engineer. The role of Lee is played by John Krasinski, her real-life husband as well. Krasinski has also provided direction and screenplay for the film as well. Millicent Simmonds plays the role of Regan, the eldest of the four children who is hearing impaired. She was specially approached by Krasinski, who wanted an actual person going through such an impairment to play the role. Krasinski stated that doing so would help his knowledge and his understanding of the situations tenfold. "I wanted someone who lives it and who could teach me about it on set," Krasinski went on to state. Noah Jupe and Cade Woodward played the roles of Marcus and Bo Abbott, the younger two of the Abbott family. The genres of A Quiet Place are post-apocalyptic survival, sci-fi, and action thriller. The film begins in the middle, where the Earth resembles ghost towns after sightless aliens with bat-like ultrasonic abilities have wreaked havoc on planet Earth. Their hard exoskeletons make them impervious to bullets and ballistics, while their claws can penetrate the toughest earthly metals. Living in an isolated farm, the Abbotts, a family of five, are living cautiously in order to avoid any attention from the creatures. They've laid down sand paths to stores and markets in order to restock on supplies without making any sort of noise. As part of their special precautions, they also communicate in American Sign Language, which not only helps them better communicate with the hearing impairment Regan, but also stay unnoticed by the creatures. During a trip to restock their supplies, the youngest Abbott family member at the time, Bo, finds a toy spaceship, which Lee tells him to leave because it might attract the aliens. After Lee is busy elsewhere, Regan gives Bo the toy, but takes out the batteries, so that Bo may stay pacified and the creatures won't notice as well. Bo, however, takes back the batteries and switches on the toy while walking back home. A creature suddenly comes out the forest and kills Bo. A year passes by and the family are trying to heal from Bo's tragic death. Regan feels guilty for Bo's death and feels isolated. She thinks her father Lee blames her for Bo's death, and after he refuses to take her to a fishing trip with himself and Marcus, she goes to Bo's grave. Alone in the house, Evelyn, who is now pregnant with her fourth child, goes into unexpected labor. While the family had made preparations for the delivery, she steps on a nail and drops a frame that she was holding that lets out a sharp noise, alerting a nearby alien. She flips a switch that turns the surrounding lights of the house red, which they devised as a signal specifically for such situations where some members are absent from the house. Attempting to go upstairs, she finds out that a creature has entered the house. As the creature enters the basement, Evelyn sets off an egg timer that gives her a window of opportunity to retreat upstairs. She gives birth to her child in the bathtub. Lee and Marcus are back from fishing and notice the yellow lights switch red around the house. Understanding the scenario, they light up fireworks that act as a diversion. Regan also rushes to the house after seeing the fireworks. Lee then enters the house and takes the newborn baby and Evelyn into the basement. Another creature is alerted of the family's location after it hears the newborn's wail. The creature is unable to locate her and splashes water pipes, which fills the basement with water. The film implies that isolated societies exist from scenes where the Abbotts light bonfires, and from a distance, someone responds with another bonfire. That's why Regan and Marcus light a fire atop a silo in hopes for outside help. The tension builds as creatures approach Evelyn in the basement. After a quarrel, Marcus falls from the silo. Regan desperately jumps after him. Hearing the impact, the creature leaves Evelyn and rushes after Marcus and Regan. Attempting to save Marcus, Regan squeezes her cochlear implant that produces a high-pitched noise that stuns the creature, and it runs off, leaving a hole in the silo. Lee finds the children and rushes to drive back to the house in his truck, but is attacked by a creature. Marcus starts to scream to divert the creature. As the creature approaches the children, Lee signals Regan that he always loved her and screams loudly. In an ultimate display of self-sacrifice, he provides the children with a chance to escape back to the house. The children and Evelyn embrace upon gathering and rush to the basement after hearing a creature's shriek. Regan sees her father's notes on cochlear implants. As a creature reaches them, Regan slams her implant, which petrifies the creature. Seeing an opening in the creature's exoskeleton, Evelyn shoots, which finally kills the creature. The film ends on a cliffhanger with scenes of two creatures running towards the house seen from CCTV cameras. Evelyn smiles at Regan and cocks her shotgun. The film was one of 2018's smashing hits, acclaimed both critically and commercially. It earned over $350 million across the globe against a $17 million budget. It was also praised by critics and audiences, earning repute for debuting screenwriters Brian Wood and Scott Beck. It even earned praise for the king of horror himself, Stephen King. A Quiet Place is an extraordinary piece of work, terrific acting, but the main thing is the silence and how it makes the camera's eye open wide in a way few movies manage, King tweeted. The film's themes were centered around post-apocalyptic survival and parenthood in such conditions. The film was praised for its pro-life themes, considering that the Abbotts still decide to conceive a child amidst all the chaos. The thankful and pious attitude of Lee Abbott was also praised by conservative critics. All these themes combined is exactly what made A Quiet Place unique. The lack of dialogue, attention to scream out, yet staying quiet not to attract attention. The struggle to find the creature's ambitions and what are their weaknesses. The film also neatly ends off on a cliffhanger to leave room open for a sequel, with enough glimmer of hope for the audience and the Abbotts even if it doesn't. Did you like the video? Then leave a thumbs up to support the channel. Subscribe and click on the bell icon to never miss out on the latest horror film reviews. And to watch more reviews like this, click here. Until next time.